Ladies, let me ask you something. How many times have you stared at your phone, waiting for his reply, wondering if you should double text, or maybe send a cute selfie to remind him you exist? And how many times has that left you feeling like the one chasing him instead of the other way around? Now imagine this instead. You don't reply to his text. Hours go by. You're living your life, glowing, busy. And suddenly, your phone lights up. One message, then another, then another. Now he's chasing you. He's blowing up your phone. He's asking when he can see you. He's trying to figure out why he doesn't have your full attention. And here's the secret, sis. That reaction wasn't an accident. It wasn't luck. It's psychology. Ignoring his texts makes him chase harder. But don't get it twisted. I'm not telling you to ghost men for sport. This isn't about games. This is about strategy, power, and understanding how the male brain works. So in this video, I'm breaking it all down. Why ignoring works, the exact psychology behind it, what mistakes to avoid, and most importantly, what's really happening in his mind when you don't reply. By the end, you'll know exactly how to flip the script so he's the one chasing you, obsessing over you, and investing in you. So stick with me, girls, because you don't want to miss this one. All right, let's start with the psychology of why men chase what they can't fully have. Because once you understand this, everything else will click. Here's what most women don't realize. Men are hunters by nature. It's wired deep in their DNA. For thousands of years, survival depended on the chase. Chasing animals, chasing resources, competing with other men for status. And guess what? That hunting instinct didn't just disappear when they picked up an iPhone. When you make yourself too available, too responsive, too eager, you're basically handing him the prize without making him hunt. And do you know what happens when a man doesn't have to chase? He gets bored. He gets lazy. He takes you for granted. Now let's flip the script. Imagine you don't answer right away. He texts you at 11 a.m. and you don't reply until later that evening. Suddenly, his brain registers scarcity. And scarcity is powerful, sis. If something is rare, it must be valuable. It's the same reason diamonds are expensive. It's the same reason people stand in line for hours when a sneaker brand drops a limited edition. Scarcity equals value. When you're not always available, he starts thinking, wait, why isn't she replying? What's she doing? Who else is she with? His curiosity spikes. His dopamine levels start rising. And here's the kicker. Dopamine, the pleasure chemical, doesn't come from getting you. It comes from anticipating you, from the chase itself. So when you ignore his text, you're not being mean. You're creating anticipation. You're triggering his hunter instinct. You're keeping him engaged in the chase. Ignoring him strategically keeps his attention hooked and his interest alive. But girl, let me keep it real. This is where so many women sabotage themselves. Because if you don't know the common texting mistakes, you'll accidentally kill the chase before it even starts. And I'm not letting you do that to yourself. Now, my loves, let's break down the mistakes. Because I know you want him chasing, not pulling away. And if you're guilty of these, don't worry. We've all been there. But it's time to stop. Mistake number 1, over-texting. I've seen girls send a man 10 texts in a row because he didn't respond. Newsflash, if he wanted to reply, he would. Chasing him through the phone only makes you look desperate, and desperation kills attraction faster than anything. Mistake number 2, over-explaining. You didn't reply for a few hours, and now he's like, where were you? And instead of being calm and confident, you're writing a whole essay. Sorry, my phone died, then I went to Target, then I fell asleep, then my mom called. Girl, stop. He doesn't need your daily planner. A high-value woman never justifies her every move. Mistake number 3, instant validation. I see so many women giving men the girlfriend experience through text before he's even earned it. Compliments, affection, constant attention. It's like giving him dessert before he's even ordered dinner. Slow down. Make him work for it. And here's a bonus mistake, matching his energy too much. He sends a dry, one-word hey, and you reply with an excited paragraph? No, sis. If his energy is low, yours should be lower. Let him rise to meet you. The less predictable and less available you are, the more he invests. When you stop over-texting, over-explaining, and over-validating, you create space for him to chase. But now you're probably wondering, if I ignore him, won't he just forget about me? Won't he move on? Girl, let me tell you what's really going through his head when you don't reply. This is where it gets juicy. To understand this concept, let's crawl into the male brain for a second. Because when you don't reply, you're triggering a whole storm of thoughts and emotions inside him. And once you understand this, you'll see why ignoring is so powerful. First reaction, ego shock. Men are used to being the center of attention, especially in today's dating market. They've got girls liking their Instagram photos, sliding into their DMs, replying within seconds. So when you don't reply, it throws him off. His ego feels it immediately. Wait, why isn't she texting me back? Does she not care? Did I say something wrong? That tiny bruise to his ego? That's the hook. Second reaction, uncertainty. And uncertainty is addictive. When he doesn't know what's happening, his brain can't let it go. It's like when Netflix ends an episode on a cliffhanger. You have to watch the next one. When you don't reply, he has to reach out again just to resolve that uncertainty. Third reaction, challenge. And this is where things get interesting, because men love a challenge. It's why they grind for promotions. It's why they compete in sports. It's why video games exist. They thrive on it. When you don't reply right away, you become a puzzle. You're not predictable. You're not easy. And now he's replaying the last conversation, analyzing your emojis, wondering who else you might be giving your time to. You're not just a girl anymore. You're a mystery. Let me give you an example. Imagine he texts, "What are you doing tonight?" If you reply instantly with, "Nothing, just home, you?" You've given him the answer. Easy, done. Now flip it. You don't reply for hours. In his head, he's thinking, is she out? Is she busy? Is she with someone? Why hasn't she answered me? That unanswered question keeps him invested. And here's the kicker. Men don't chase what they already feel they have. They chase what feels slightly out of reach. When you ignore him, you don't push him away. You pull him deeper into obsession. He invests more energy thinking about you, analyzing you, craving your attention. He chases because the uncertainty is driving him wild. But here's the catch, babe. Ignoring is powerful, but it's also dangerous. Do it wrong, and you'll push him away completely. Do it right, and you'll have him hooked. In the next section, I'm breaking down exactly how to use this strategy the right way. Okay, girl, now we need to get real about this. Because yes, ignoring his texts works like magic. But if you do it wrong, you'll look cold, flaky, or worse, like you're just not interested. And then poof, he's gone. So let's break down how to use the ignore strategy the right way. Rule number 1, delay, don't disappear. A lot of women take this too far. They think ignoring means dropping off the face of the earth for days. That's not mysterious. That's ghosting. The key is delayed response. He texts you at 2 p.m., you don't reply at 2:01. Maybe you hit him back at 7 p.m. after you've gone to the gym, met a friend, handled your own life. That way the energy says, I'm busy, I'm glowing, and I'll respond when I can. He doesn't feel rejected. He feels intrigued. Rule number 2. Be unpredictable. Men crave patterns because patterns make them feel safe. But when he can predict your every move, the excitement dies. Don't be a robot who always replies after exactly 3 hours. Sometimes reply quickly. Sometimes wait a whole evening. Sometimes toss him a one-liner. Sometimes a playful voice note. That unpredictability makes his brain light up like fireworks. Rule number 3. Match his investment. This one's crucial. If he's giving you dry one-word answers like K or lol, don't waste your queen energy dropping essays. Keep your responses short too. But if he's investing, sending you thoughtful messages, asking real questions, then you can reward that with more engagement. Don't overgive. Match him. That balance keeps him climbing toward you instead of you sliding down to his level. Rule number 4. Add playfulness. Ignoring doesn't mean being cold or passive-aggressive. You're not punishing him, you're training him. And when you do reply, your energy should be light, confident, playful. Example, he asks, "What are you doing?" You don't reply for hours, then you finally text, just plotting world domination you? It's cheeky, it's flirty, and it flips the energy back on him. Think of it like training a puppy. You're rewarding good behavior, ignoring bad behavior, but you're never cruel. Men, like puppies, respond to consistency, play, and challenge. The ignore strategy isn't about silence. It's about rhythm, delay, unpredictability, balance, and playfulness. That's what makes him chase instead of pulling away. But here's the deeper truth, girl. This isn't just about texts. This is about who you are outside of the conversation. And when you embody this vibe fully, men don't just chase your replies, they chase you. Let's talk about feminine power, because this is where the magic really happens. Ignoring his texts is just one slice of the pie. The real reason men chase women is because of their energy. Here's what I mean. If the only thing you're doing is sitting at home, staring at your phone, waiting to strategically ignore, that's not mysterious. That's just sad. Men can feel that energy. They can tell when a woman's whole life revolves around whether or not her phone buzzes. Now picture this instead. You're busy. You've got brunch with your girls, yoga class at 6, a work project you're smashing, a new book you're devouring, maybe even a little solo date you took yourself on because you love your own company. Your life is full, vibrant, magnetic. So when he texts and you don't reply instantly, it's not a game. It's real. You were living. You were glowing. And that is irresistible. Men chase what they don't fully understand, and nothing confuses a man more than a woman who's genuinely fulfilled without him. He'll think, why doesn't she need me? Why isn't she begging for my attention like other girls? What makes her different? And that's exactly what keeps him hooked. Think of it like this. Ignoring texts is the seasoning. Your high-value life? That's the meal. Seasoning without a meal is nothing. But when you've got the full dish, confidence, hobbies, purpose, glow, the seasoning makes it irresistible. Feminine power is the full package. Ignoring text works because it's backed up by a lifestyle that screams high value. When you live in that energy, men don't just chase you for your replies, they chase you for you. But let's be real, babe. It's one thing to get him to chase. It's another to make him stay. Because some men chase just for the thrill, then disappear. So how do you turn the chase into a real commitment? Let's get into it. Okay, queens, listen close because this is where the stakes get high. Yes, you can get a man to chase by ignoring his texts, but if you want more than a fling, if you want him to invest, spoil you, treat you like the prize, you have to know how to shift that chase into commitment. Step 1, reward effort, not existence. Too many women give men girlfriend privileges just for showing up. No, a man doesn't get your best just for breathing. He earns it by investing. He plans a real date. He gets more of your sweetness. He makes time to see you consistently. That's when you open up more emotionally. Always link your energy to his effort. Step 2, move him offline. Don't let him linger in text world forever. You don't want a pen pal, you want a partner. So once he's chasing hard through texts, redirect. Instead of texting me all night, why don't you take me to dinner and say it in person? That one line shifts his energy from cheap digital effort to real-world investment. Money, time, energy. Step 3, maintain the mystery. Just because he commits doesn't mean you suddenly become glued to your phone. Keep your independence, your hobbies, your glow. Keep him guessing. A committed man still needs to feel the chase, or else he gets complacent. And sis, let me be real. Men fall for women who make them better. When he chases you, invests in you, commits to you, it's because deep down, he knows you raise his value. You make him want to step up. That's the energy you want to cultivate. A man doesn't commit to a woman who's desperate. He commits to the woman who challenges him, excites him, and makes him feel like he won the ultimate prize. That's you when you play this right. So let's tie this all together, because I want to leave you with a thought that will change the way you see ignoring texts forever. So here's the truth, my loves. Ignoring his texts isn't about playing games. It's about owning your worth. It's about reminding him that your attention is valuable, your energy is rare, and your time is precious. When you stop chasing men through your phone, something magical happens. They start chasing you in real life. They plan the dates. They send the good morning texts. They compete for your time. And all because you stepped into your feminine power and stopped giving everything away for free. So the next time you feel tempted to double text, pause. Ask yourself, would a queen do this? Or would a queen let him come to her? Always choose queen energy. If this video gave you that boost, don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you never miss these power-packed breakdowns. Because girl, we are just getting started. Stay glowing, stay magnetic, and remember, you're not chasing him. He's chasing you, always.